You're listening to the Stop Binge Eating podcast with Kirsten Sarfty, episode number 81. Welcome to the Stop Binge Eating podcast. It's time for you to end your food obsession and begin feeling confident and in control around food. You are absolutely capable of eliminating binge eating from your life, and I'm going to show you how by giving you simple tools and insights that you can apply in your own life. I'm your host, Kirsten Sarfty. Now let's get to it. Hi. Are you having the best day ever? I'm not. Not the best day ever, but it's still a pretty good day. And now it's even better because I'm talking to you and I love helping you. So here we go with today's episode, binge eating on healthy foods. Most people don't binge on healthy foods. When I talk to you all, you tell me that you binge on chips, pizza, ice cream, cookies, baked goods, sweets, salty snacks, things that you would consider unhealthy and not nutritious fueling foods. But there are some of you that don't, or at least don't exclusively binge on the unhealthy stuff. This is usually because you don't have all the unhealthy stuff in your home and you want to binge, so this is what's available. Or maybe you just don't even like those other foods and you don't even crave them. So your binges consist of healthy foods because that's what you're feeling the urge for. Now, healthy and unhealthy are completely subjective terms. So I don't want you to hear me say a food and then argue which it is. Obviously, there's a lot that almost everyone would agree on. But with all the conflicting information out there about nutrition, there are so many foods that one might say is healthy while another doesn't. Is cheese healthy? Are beans? Is peanut butter? Are protein bars? Is sprouted bread? Or almond flour? Put a few people in a room and you're going to hear different opinions, and that is totally fine. It doesn't really matter. What matters is whether or not you're using your opinion of healthy as an excuse to overeat on or binge on your healthy foods. I remember not having unhealthy stuff in my home, and there were times when I was feeling the urge to eat and I didn't want to go out and buy anything. So I ate whatever I could find in my fridge and in my cabinets. And I remember binging on chickpeas, garbanzo beans, not even roasted, just drained from a can in a Tupperware container in the fridge. I used to eat salad with them a lot, so I typically have some ready to go and they were easy, yummy, and ready to eat, so I'd go for them. And I'd binge on cut up veggies, just plain. Probably not a whole binge of them, but definitely part of the equation. Then there's the healthy stuff that some may debate its healthiness given the sugar content, like granola with almond milk, which I would for sure go to town on a few bowls of that, or Lara bars. The ones that I liked had 3 ingredients: peanuts, salt, and dates. And then there's popcorn. I had an air popper and I drizzle with olive oil and salt. Healthy, right? But not if you're making bowl after bowl after bowl. You may find yourself doing these kinds of things too. You only keep the healthy foods in your house and you binge on those. But is it any better than binging on the baked goods, the sweets, the chips, and the fried foods? You could say it's better, but at the same time, it's still binge behavior. You're still giving in to urges. You're still teaching yourself to eat when you're not hungry and to eat whenever you feel the urge to. You're still eating to comfort yourself, to avoid a feeling, or to escape. Sure, a 100-calorie pack of cookies is better than a whole bag of them, but the real question is not whether it's better, but is it what you want to be doing? Do you want to be eating whenever you feel uncomfortable? Do you want to escape yourself by eating food? You might justify it all by saying, at least it's healthy food, that it's better than binging on something else, but let's be real here. Eating to excess is still eating to excess. It's still not stopping according to your body's signals to stop. It's still eating because you want to, not because your body wants you to. You're not learning how to not give in to your urges. You're still giving in to them, just with a different food. The typical types of binge foods are binged on because they're processed to be extremely pleasurable. Our brains love fat and sugar. They're tasty. But whole natural foods like veggies, fruits, unprocessed meats, nuts, seeds, they're also pleasurable. Not as intensely, but still, we still enjoy eating them. We still get pleasure from eating those foods. And this is how it was all designed, as pleasurable, because If it wasn't, they wouldn't eat them and we'd die. And this is why it doesn't always work to just avoid buying your common binge foods. You'll find something that's somewhat pleasurable to eat. If you are prone to eating in response to binge urges, then you will find something when you feel that urge. It may not be as satisfying because you're not getting such a huge surge of pleasure, but you think it's better than nothing. You think it's better than just feeling that urge. Now, maybe you don't notice negative consequences from overeating and binging on the healthier foods, but some things you may notice are continuing to feel urges to binge, feeling way too full, being gassy, not losing weight, or decreased energy. And again, eating too much is still eating too much and is more than your body wants to handle in one sitting or when it's not even wanting food. Overeating is overeating and binging is binging. If you're choosing healthier foods, you're still engaging in the behavior just with a different substance. If you are conditioned to feel an urge to binge when you get home from work and you decide to eat carrots instead of a whole bag of pretzels, you're still eating in response to an urge and therefore not conditioning yourself to not want to eat when you get home. You're still teaching your brain that when you get home after a stressful day, you eat. This is what you do. It's kind of like when people stop smoking or drinking and they end up overeating. They were drinking or smoking in response to the urges or in response to their emotions, and they never learned how to process through them properly, so they found a new outlet: food. Whether it's healthy or unhealthy, you're still not processing through your urges and feelings. Is that what you want to be doing? It's completely up to you. If you're okay with the results you get from binging on healthy foods or even overeating them, if you don't see any negative consequences, then I'm not going to try and stop you. You do what you want, really. But if you're not okay with the results of doing it, you gotta feel the discomfort of that urge and choose the urge and feeling that discomfort over eating. You gotta stop making excuses about how it's healthy, so it's okay. And really, just stop making excuses and justifications all over the place. Know what your true self wants and do that. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Stop Binge Eating podcast. If you like what you heard today and you want more, go to coachkir.com/free. That's COACHKIR.com/free to get some awesome free stuff to help you stop binge eating.